All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call today. And we're going to be going over open houses, yours or borrowed. So how to generate buyers, how to generate sellers, and not just how to market an open house, but how to actually do the open house so that you actually engage and convert more of these people coming through into both buyers and sellers. So let me know where you're coming in from. Go ahead and type in your location. And before we get started, though, I'm telling you right now, I want you click on that link. You're going to see that link up there in the, let me know if it's clickable or not. And what you're seeing on the screen is what I'm holding in my hand. And this is the 100-point home marketing plan for expired homeowners. All right. This right here will engage and convert more expireds. It's like a magazine. $60 to set it up. So we will set it up for $60. We're going to set it up for you, mail you a copy. You'll approve it. When you're good to go, you can order 10, 20, 30 at a time, $8 each. You can't even get that from Staples. You could order it from Staples. It would cost you over $10 per. And the quality of these, this has been kicking around my house for over a week now. Went from the kitchen, outside, just all over the house, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's got the saddle stitch binding, so it looks like a beautiful 24-page magazine walking the expired homeowner through how you can get their home sold. It's the complete marketing plan to get your expired home sold. Custom image on the front, all branded to you, every single page completely branded to you. You can see the back of it right there. Absolutely gorgeous. So if you, and let me know if you can click on that link. Does that link work? So I put a link. In fact, let me go ahead and put that link in. And she's just showing it off right here in the mastermind group, where this is a lender and she's going to be sending it to a couple of her agent partners. And right now that link looks a little weird just because this is, you know, we're I don't want to say beta, but we're just starting this out. We will build this into the system so it'll actually be in your account where you can order these. And again, so what you want to do is place your order. We will set it up, send it to you for quick, like initial approval. Then we're actually going to, for that, and for $60, you're going to get one of these in the mail. You're then going to let me know that it's good to go. And then you're going to be able to order 10, 20, or 30 at a time, $8 each. Like literally $8, cheaper than what you're going to get at Staples. And I think it's a lot better quality. At Staples, you can't really set up the way you can with what we use, Mailbox Power. And the print quality is fabulous. The formatting is really, really good. So you can do this at Staples, or you can load it up to Staples and everything and do it, but you're going to pay over $10 per. And I just don't think it's going to be as good quality. So yeah, Taylor, no, they are absolutely amazing. And what you want to do is we give you a cover letter that you can edit and print as well to go along with it. And I've already got people, they're going to be door knocking these. Some people want to mail them. I was talking to a client yesterday. She's like, Scott, she goes, I love door knocking. She goes, when I get to the door, I am able to connect with people really well. And so she goes, she just placed an order for 20 of them. And she's like, my goal is to get these out as fast as possible to the good expireds in my area, and start engaging and converting them. So yeah, definitely take a look at that link a little bit later. You can price this at, there are other vendors out there, not even as nice. $300 a month. You only get 20. So you're locked into 300. You're locked into 20. And I think that comes out to like $15 per. And I just don't think it's as good as this one. I mean, look at this. Whatever image you want on the front, your picture, right? Back, 24 pages. Now, I'll tell you what's awesome. There's a QR code. Can you see that QR code right there? There's a couple of QR codes in here they can scan. Bring up the single property website, see how amazing it is, right? There's another QR. So these are interactive, all your colors, all your branding, walking them through how you're going to get the home sold. And at the back of it, it's got your client review website. If you got that set up, if you don't, we'll help set it up for you. And then it's got some QR codes to a couple of different PDF guides that are appropriate for homeowners thinking about selling their property. So these are going to be a game changer. I'm just going to be promoting them like crazy. We can also do them for canceled. We can do them for FSBOs. In fact, I had a great idea for a FSBO where we took the FSBO PDF guide and then we took the FSBO print flyer for the landing page. And then we took this. It came out to a little bit more. It was 32 pages. But I got a client who's going to be testing it for FSBOs, and I can't wait to see how that looks or how that works for him. So Karen, yeah, order place. It'll probably be ready for by tonight. You'll probably get an email a little bit later this afternoon, shipped out tomorrow, hopefully, and then you should have it by the end of the week or over the weekend. You'll approve it. If you say it's good to go, you'll have the link to order 10, 20, or 30 at a time. And again, $8 per. Can you do for short sales? That's interesting. Karen, I like that idea. Do me a favor, email me, Scott, SCOTT, at listingstoleads.com, and remind me on that one, because I think that would be awesome. We do have a landing page. In fact, I'll show it to you a little bit later in this call. But let's get back to our main order of business, which is open house marketing, yours or borrowed. How many people here have an open house coming up this weekend, yours or borrowed? And so at listingstoleads.com, go ahead and log into your account. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, I'm going to give you this. This is a daily calendar. Hey, Willie, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Megan, awesome. Megan's got an open house this weekend. And the link I just gave you, this is kind of like the daily calendar. And we're going to go through all of this. So yesterday was Monday. That's fine. We'll get it all done today if you haven't done it yet. No problem. We want to do a Facebook ad, social media post. If you're the listing agent, we're going to get the social media post and the e-flyer to the seller, some of the phenomenal leads from the seller's sphere of influence. If not, you got an e-flyer you can send to your database if you're a showing agent. We're going to talk about doing Instagram stories, Reels, TikTok, sign writer. We want to make sure you get the sign writer and I'm telling you, it may not seem, you want to get one of these on your yard sign. And if you're the showing agent, you might ask the listing agent if they got something that they can put up on the yard sign so that everybody knows there's an open house. I mean, you're doing them a favor. You're holding the home open for them. You're trying to get it sold. So I would ask the listing agent, hey, even if you have to buy it, can we get this up on the yard sign? Because it's going to help more neighbors come by. All right. And when you combine it with a few other things that we're going to talk about today, you are going to have a yard sign that is going to convert some phenomenal buyer leads, some phenomenal seller leads, some of the highest quality. All right. So that's Monday. Tuesday, we're going to invite our database. So we're going to send out an email. We're going to make a few phone calls. We want to make sure that we are in touch with our VIPs. We want to make sure that people know that we love them, that we're thinking about them. We haven't forgotten about them. Even if they're not looking to buy or sell right at this moment, a phone call through our database can really work wonders. A lot of times people forget about us. They don't know, are we still in business? What's going on? And so when we call through our database, invite them to the open house. I'm not talking about your entire database. I'm talking about emailing your database and then calling through. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 15 or 20 people. But we want to show the love and make sure that our people know that we're still around and that we're here able to help them out. On Wednesday, it's a light day. We're just going to do an Instagram story, reel, TikTok for the kitchen. That'll make more sense when we get to it. Thursday, we want to do the nearby homeowner letter where we're going to door knock. Now, you could mail it, but for an open house, it's better to door knock with these. These are going to generate some of the best quality seller leads out there. You could use the open house print flyer. It's like a letter, which I'll be walking you through. If you've got a neighbors only preview coming up, this would be a phenomenal invite for that as well. Sandra says, I've got a full sign that can hook over. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, there you go. I love it. Sandra, I'd love to see a picture of that in the mastermind group, or maybe a link to what you're talking about, because I think that's phenomenal to be able to have something as a showing agent that you can just put up there so that people driving by, they're going to see your A-frame maybe. And, we're going to go through how to set up the open house, the curb appeal, so that people driving by are not going to miss the open house. So we're going to cover some of that as well. Friday, another light day. We're going to talk about another Instagram story reel, TikTok of the backyard. Saturday, and then Saturday or Sunday, whichever day you're having the open house, we'll get to that as well. So I put this link in there in the chat. If you are watching this on the recording, you can go to listingstoleads.com/open house. And here is our entire write-up. So what was on the previous page that we were just looking at is in here. In fact, there's a link to that at the bottom. The only difference is that is just like a line item by day. This just has everything in the marketing. So we're going to be doing, as mentioned, a Facebook and Instagram ad. What I like about this page right here, this is as if we were sitting next to each other talking, and we were just talking it through at a cafe, and I was walking you through, what is a Facebook ad and why do you want to do it? And then I get into automating your follow-up. Whether you send your leads to your CRM, you use our automated AI text follow-up, our automated email follow-up. We got some amazing follow-up for you through Listings to Leads. And again, social media postings, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, right? We just talked about that. We're going to do one. We got 5 of them to do, actually 7 of them. All right. Then the tools for the for the seller. These are for the listing agent only. All right. Nearby homeowner letter. So again, these are all the same things that were on that previous page, but now it's just written out in more detail. And this is not a support post. This is more, again, as if we were sitting next to each other, and I'm just walking you through as a friend on what it is, why you're doing it, and a little bit about how to do it. But again, we're going to walk through all of this today, and we're going to knock it out. The e-flyer for your database, like I mentioned, the database call script, all right, doing short form videos. We'll talk a little bit about the single property website virtual tour. If you got professional photos, 3D tours, property videos, you got community videos, they can all go into your Listings to Leads single property website and virtual tours. All right, listing flyers, you're going to want to have these at the open house. I go through probably 2 to 3 open houses every couple of weeks, and our listing flyers are better than 99% of the stuff I see out there. It is amazing how plain, sad, bad, whatever you want to call it, most flyers are. Ours got QR codes, text codes, beautiful photos, all your branding, your coloring. Look, it's going to make you look amazing. All right, here's an example of your sign writer, like I mentioned before. All right, we want to have that open house on the top. We want to have the text for more information below it. Again, if it's not your listing, you might not be able to do that. But if it is your listing, you're definitely going to want to do this. Those text to for more information, where it's like text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those extensions stay with you. So this sign writer, right? So I've got the status on the top. Then I got the sign writer right below the arm. And then I got my normal sign. The text to for more information part, that can be moved from listing to listing to listing. I can reassign my text code extension from one listing to another, so I don't have to throw them away. So these are phenomenal investments. And if you are the listing agent in particular, it is one of the cheapest, easiest ways to get quality seller leads and even some quality buyer leads. Optional activities, we got blog posts, custom website pages you can put on your website if you wanted to. Craigslist, we got Craigslist tool. And then we're going to get into how to do the open house itself. So we'll spend a little bit of time about when you're at the open house, what to do. And I'm telling you, having this printed up for your standard listing presentation, and I'll show you that here in a little bit as well, and sitting at your open house, right? Now we got 4 different versions of these. We got expired, canceled, FSBO, and standard listing presentation. So hopefully all of you know, I can prepare this for a specific listing presentation so that when I'm talking to the homeowner, they go through this and it's their home on every single page. Now, it's hard to order 20 or 30 of those at a time, because when you have a listing presentation, I'm talking to one person, maybe it's a couple, but I only need to have one copy of this. But again, for a FSBO, for an expired, for a canceled, and I love the idea, we talked a little earlier about the short sale. I'm telling you, these are a game changer. And one of the things I'll be mentioning as well is the idea of this video. So this is a training video, but check out that TV in the background. So see, there's a TV built into the cabinet there. And if you're having a hard time seeing it, it says the complete marketing plan to get your home sold. That is the video version of this. This is a 5-minute video version of this presentation. And if you got the ability to put it on an iPad, to put it on a laptop, to turn on the TV, go to YouTube, this right here, this video is in your Listings to Leads account. It's a downloadable thing. You could play it from Listings to Leads. You could play it off of your YouTube channel, but it's absolutely phenomenal. So again, listingstoleads.com/open house. We got the open house sign-in form that we'll be talking about. So as people are coming through, you know, and it's funny, most people I talk to are using the print version, not the online version. So if I had my way, I would use the iPad or my laptop to play that video, and I would be using the print version of the sign-in form. So I think it's a little bit more elegant. I don't want people kind of messing with my iPad. God only knows what they're going to do with it. Got some more great ideas as I work my way down. And then the last thing is, let's see, the daily open house marketing and mastery calendar. So this is that link that we were looking at a little bit earlier about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. All right. So we're at listingstoleads.com. We logged into our account. We're going to go to listings. If you need help getting the listing into your account, if it's your listing, if it's a borrowed listing, go ahead and get with our support team. Hopefully the listing is coming in automatically. You may want to go and try to click add listing and grab and put in a zip code, put in an MLS ID number, check this is my listing or not, grab it. And if it's not available to grab, most are, but some areas don't syndicate their listings, but that's fine, because you can request our support team to add that listing for you. And they'll add the listing. In fact, they will even, if you want them to, they can run an ad for you. So you can just say, hey, you know what? I want to spend $50. And let's try that one more time. I guess I got to use the arrow. I'll check on that a little later, but $53, let's say, whatever you want to do. And then if you're the listing agent, would you like us to send the e-flyer social media post to the seller's sphere of influence? Yes or no. And you can put the seller's name and email there, and we will get that sent to them as well. Those are 2 phenomenal things that you're going to want to make sure that you do, regardless of whether we add the listing and do it for you or you do it yourself. So let's go ahead, and if you need to, set your open house. All right, so 15 Ambient Way in Folsom. To the far right, it says add open house. And you can add multiple, you can add one. I'm going to go to October. I'm just going to say the 26th. And I'll say 12 to 4. Add open house. Save it. Now that's going to take a minute. It's going to cycle through. It's going to change. It's going to convert all of those tools from whatever status it was. It could have been coming soon. It could have been just listed. It could have been active. It'll change all of those tools from whatever it was now to open house. So the listing flyers are now going to convert from just listed to open house. The single property website, the Facebook ad, everything is going to convert from saying just listed to open house and so on. All right, any questions on this while we're waiting for this to cycle through? This will just take a quick couple of seconds. For anyone that cares, on October 10th, we are scheduled to release our new rebuilt platform. It's going to look a lot like this, but it's on a completely 110% original new code. So it should be a lot faster, and we're going to be able to iterate. And man, we got TikTok integration, Instagram Reels. We're going to be doing some AI stuff as well with social media. We have a lot of great stuff coming. We've been a little bit slow the last few months just because we're getting ready to go live with the new system. It'll be optional in the beginning so that we can get people in there, make sure everything is working well as it should, as it will. But obviously we want to start with a smaller group of people. But again, starting October 10th-ish, hopefully we'll stick to that pretty tight. And then I think you're going to absolutely love it, though, especially when we start being able to add more great, because we got pipeline tools coming in. We got the bots coming back in. We got so many great things coming for you. So we got the open house. All right. Sunday, 12 to 4. You can see that little icon. I'm going to click the green market listing button. And Willie, 100%, 100%. In fact, we got people that do that all the time. Yeah, if you got new construction, add it to your account, just like a listing. So it could be coming soon. It could be just listed. It could be inactive, open, new construction. And in fact, I'll walk you through something here in a minute where you can kind of mention new construction and open house together if you wanted to. All right. When I click the green market listing button, notice it puts me in the overview. And this is going right back to that website that we were looking at, listingstoleads.com/open house. So that looks familiar. We reviewed that a little bit earlier. There is a checklist, which is kind of nice if you are newer to the program and you want to make sure that you don't forget anything. All right. Now, we've also got the daily calendar, which I like a lot. But this is also very, very helpful for a lot of people. A lot of people, it's always, I don't use this, of course, but every week or so, I get somebody coming to me and like, oh my God, I love the checklist. And, that's awesome. So first up is a Facebook and Instagram ad. This will literally take us 30 seconds max. I'm going to go through this twice, and I'm going to go through it once quick, how it should be for the most part, and then I'll go through a couple of edits that some people may want to make. All right, location's going to autofill. That's of the listing. Do not recommend changing radius. Leave it at 15. Lifetime budget of 35. The only thing I'm going to change is the budget. If I'm going to spend 4 to 5 hours, set up, after, during, I want to get as many people there as possible. So I'm going to spend $80, start today. Now I'm going to end it. There's no point in running it to after the open house. So just go to the date of your open house, and I would end it like just before the open house ends. So I'm going to end my ad on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. The open house ends at 4 o'clock. I don't need the ad running after the open house. And just hit create ad. This is so beautiful. This will be a Facebook lead ad, name, email, phone number, purchase time frame. So they could say just streaming 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 plus. Don't worry too much about what they put for the time frame. A lot of times people will say they're just dreaming because they don't know the process. They don't really know. They're not pre-qualified probably. They don't have a good sense. Maybe they're renting, they're on a lease, whatever it is. So just follow up with everybody as if they're looking to buy right now. All right. Have the great conversations with people. The AI text follow-up right here. If you are not subscribed to it, you will be able to subscribe to it right here. I can see a conversation. I can subscribe to it. One more thing about the Facebook lead ad I did not mention. So name, email, phone number, and purchase time frame. But we also ask them if they would like a copy of your ultimate guide to buying a home. And if they say yes, that they would like a copy of that guide, we send it to them automatically from your email address. It's branded to you. So you could have literally signed up. For anyone who signed up this morning already and you're on this call, congratulations. Even if you've never seen that guide, as long as your profile photo and logo and you got your colors all set in the profile, that guide is completely branded to you. You're going to get a copy of it in the lead notification. So you'll see that they said yes or no. And if they said yes, it'll let you know it was sent. And it's going to give you a link to it so you can actually take a quick look at it if you want to. Maybe you haven't seen it before. And it really helps engage these leads. Now, that's from the Facebook lead ad. All of that from the Facebook lead ad. The AI text, this will engage with them automatically. And you'll get an email and it will say, AI text follow-up has been initiated or not. And I'll walk through that in a second. With so-and-so. All right. So with Willie Aldoff. All right. And it will ask Willie if he would like more information about this listing or if he's just browsing. It'll kind of go through that. If they go, if they start ghosting or they say they're not interested in this listing, then we're going to make some value offers. So we're going to ask them, would they like a list of price reduced homes for sale? Would they like a 25 insider secrets to home buying? So we're going to offer them some other things as well, even if they say, I'm not interested in this particular property. All right, so let's do this ad one more time. So again, we got location, lifetime budget of $80. All right, I'm gonna leave everything as is. The only thing I'm gonna do different here is change template, change image or video. This could be a video. This could be a custom image from Canva or wherever, or we've got 21 different templates. And I mention this because you may notice that you got 4 images in the template that are all of the front of the house. And it's super easy to fix it. You just click that change image template and there's a little edit button right there. And now I can change the template. I can change these images. So you see every image has a little editor. So I can go through and edit all of these images. And I want to make sure I got the 4 best images in my template because that's going to be that is going to be what gets people to click. I don't like to do carousel ads. I'm not big into doing full-on video only because if they watch the whole video, what's the point of going and looking at the single property website with all the photos and everything else? So if you're going to do video, I like to be a little bit careful is not the right word, but I would not use my standard property video as my ad. Now I'm going to put that video into listings to leads, of course. And that way, when they click through the ad, the e-flyer, the social media post, whatever they click on, they're going to land on my single property website. So that I can have a video, I can have a 3D tour, I can have all my professional photos. All right. So you see, the only thing I did there is I just fixed the photos, quote unquote fixed. And again, just click create ad. We can retarget. You can use custom audiences. Custom audiences are more of a seller ad type of thing. I don't really recommend doing custom audiences for a buyer ad. unless you got something very, very, very specific going on. But for an open house, we just want that going to as broad. Now, when I say broad, I still mean people interested in real estate. We've got all the interests already dialed in for you. Those are all editable under advanced options. But for 99% of you, just confirm the location, adjust the budget, make sure the images look good, click create ad. Next up, social media post. So we got a great post, just like the ad. This will link people to the single property website when they click on it from Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, Google. So we want to get this on all of those websites. Typically, this will automatically post, but you can click either post now, schedule, and people click it. In fact, I'll show you here. Let's go take a look at one. So here's an example, open house in Folsom. People click, brings up the single property website. Look at that. We got a beautiful video, full screen video, counting down. Got the property 3D tour, professional photos. All right, all that great content. We even got some PDF guides, and all those neighbors that are looking can get their home value, client review video. So many great things. So many beautiful, beautiful things that you can do with your property marketing in Listings to Leads. Absolutely fabulous. Now, remember, at listingstoleads.com/open house, I've got all those examples. In fact, let me just show you here a couple of them. All right. So again, at listingstoleads.com/open house, this is not in the market listing area. It will be after we go live with our new platform. Once we're going to be building it in. But see where it says click here to see examples. And on that link I gave you, what I want you to notice is, check this out. So this is in support of my open house. Remember, every day I gave you a different post to do. These could be video clips. These could be images. You're going to see examples of both. But what I want you to notice is every story has a link. And so I give you on that training, and there's a poll, looking to buy a home in the next 12 months. So in the training, not only do I show you how to do this, but I give you examples of every day, what link to add, what poll question to add, what poll responses to use, so that you've got this all ready to go. Check this out. This is Instagram story. And in my Instagram story, I've got a link. Get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. Click it, landing page opens up. There's a poll. Is this kitchen your vibe? So remember I said every day, here's a little video clip. So I'm not trying to do a full-on property video, right? That's one post. I want to have a different post every day of the week. Every day of the week, I want a different part of the home. So here we got see full video. So again, the single property website, a different poll. Here's the kitchen area, ultimate guide to buying a home download. All right, linking to my ultimate guide landing page where they can download that guide. And then I got a different poll. So check that out. These are free. They're engaging. They're going to help you get more viewers, more engagement, a bigger audience. So get that done as well. Next up is this share to the seller. The seller has some of the best people that you want to get to know. You're already working with the seller. So again, these are for listing agents only. If you're a showing agent, you won't have access to this, but that's fine. You're going to get a listing. But if you're the listing agent, here's what you want to do. Click the green button. It'll say add seller info if it's not already added. Once you add it, it'll say send a seller. Add their emails and salutation and click send. And we're going to do the same thing for the e-flyer. Now, I'm going to give you a great script. I got such a phenomenal script, actually from several top producer mastermind that we did a while back. This script is awesome. It's going to help you get, I'm telling you, it's going to help you get some amazing, amazing free leads and some really great quality ones at that. So the post and the e-flyer both link to the property website. Like I mentioned before, everything is linking to that property website. And so again, here, click the green send to seller. That usually will autofill from before. If not, just add it in there. Again, click send. And here's what's going to happen. The seller is going to get these 2 emails from your email address. You are going to be CC'd on this. And what you should do is call the seller up. And it even says this in the email that you get. Call the seller up, and it's something like this that you're going to say. Hey, Willie, Scott here. Just want to let you know we got the open house coming up this weekend. I just got an ad submitted. That should be live shortly. I'm doing some social media, going to be doing stuff from my database. We're expecting a great open house. I sent you a couple of things, something to share on your Facebook page and something to share via email, because you likely know people who know people that would love to move to the area. And in this crazy market, we do not want to leave any stones unturned. That's it. That's all you have to say. You don't have to oversell it. You don't have to beg them to put it up. They look gorgeous. They look beautiful. And they're going to make you look phenomenal to the seller's sphere of influence, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on email. The one pro tip, and this came to me from a top producer, that I would recommend that you do, once the seller puts this on their Facebook page, and hey, hopefully it's a couple, hopefully they got a great church they go to, they got a great job. My point is they have a lot of connections. All right. Even if they don't, who cares? Just do it and get in the habit of doing it. But if they got a big connection base, what's going to happen is their friends are going to start liking it. Their friends are going to start commenting on it. Their friends are going to start clicking through it. And they're going to get to your property website. They're going to start asking questions. So what I want you to do is, after the seller puts it up on their Facebook page, is to like it and leave a quick comment, expecting this, leave a quick comment, looks great, expecting a great open house on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And then you might even say, I will call you after with an update. That way, you look amazing to all their friends who are like, who is this guy? All right, who is this woman? All right, this looks phenomenal marketing. It looks like a great photo, right? It looks like a great agent. And you will get notified then, because you left a comment, you will then get notified of everybody else leaving a comment. You could also do the click on the 3 dots in the upper right-hand side of the post and say, notify me. But I would leave a quick comment, because you might get people, and I've talked to people, you could get people commenting and asking you specific questions. I'm telling you, it almost doesn't get any better than this. Those are the 2 emails. Now, again, those are for listing agents. All right, you got to, listing agents, you got to have a little bit of a unique benefit. You're the listing agent there. But if you're the selling agent, you're borrowing the listing, you won't have those, but you'll have them when you got your own listings. All right. And you'll get some listings if you do open houses the way we talk about them. You will then get some listings from this. And here we go, right here. The nearby homeowner letter. I'm going to click to download this. And what I would do is I would print up one of these right now so you can see how it looks. And notice it's letting people know we're having an open house. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to door knock this. And I got my phone because I am going to scan the QR code. I know I don't. I do this all the time. Boom. Single property website comes up. It looks beautiful. Look at that. I got my property video right on. Beautiful. Look at that. So this letter, what I recommend for an open house is, if you are going to do a nearby neighbor, a neighbors only preview, you can edit the letter and just mention that. If you're going to do a catered preview or a catered open house, you can add that here, and I'll show you. The less you mess with this letter, the better. So for 99% of you, I would just print this up and I would door knock on the day we talk about it on the calendar, which I think is like Thursday. Now, if you're having a neighbor's preview, I would try to door knock a few days beforehand, obviously. So if you're doing a neighbor preview on Wednesday, I would try to door knock Monday, today at the latest. If it's a Thursday, try to do it today. If it's Friday, try to do it today or tomorrow. Or if it's got the open house coming up this weekend, it could be Wednesday or Thursday, even Friday that you want to door knock. But we want to invite those neighbors. I want to be a household name in my farm area. And, I could door knock without an open house. But when you door knock in support of an open house and you invite the neighbors, you are going to be having some great, great, great conversations. So what you want to do is, for the open house, you want to print this letter. And this is for you showing agents. If it's not your listing, I would do 200 of them. All right. Because I want to make sure you could have a listing around this one before this one even closes. Wouldn't that be crazy? Especially if you're a showing agent and you borrow a listing, and then before that listing even sells, you've got your own listing because you went and you used the letter, you door knocked with it. All right. So you're going to knock on the door. You're going to take a couple of steps back. When they come to the door, it's just super simple. All we're trying to do is open up a conversation, and the conversation, I don't want to say will take care of itself, but all right. So to get the conversation going, just, hey, my name is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty, and we're having an open house on Sunday at 15 Ambient Way. It's just right around the corner. And I wanted to make sure to invite you as a neighbor. And you're going to know right then how they are doing, or how, if they're open to talking. And I've done this with agents before, and it is phenomenal. Some of the great conversations that these will be some of the best conversations. I would not try to oversell it. And I tell you, I might even take a few of these for my standard listing presentation. In fact, that might be something we talk about. Because if I talk to somebody, maybe I just take 3 or 4 of these along with me as I'm door knocking. And if I'm having a great conversation with somebody, I would hand this to them. I would say, hey, may I give you a copy of my 100-point home marketing plan? Why not? You're sitting there, you're talking to them. So get to the mastermind group. I'll elucidate on that a little bit later, and I'll talk through that. But that could be a phenomenal idea. The more of these we get to the appropriate people, right? Canceled, expired, FSBO, standard listing presentation. The more of these we get to homeowners in our area, the more listings we're going to get. It's just a mathematical equation. So for the letter, if you wanted to do a quick little light edit, click where it says edit. All right, right there it says edit. And now it opens up in an editor. And I can say we're having it could be neighbors only. It could be a catered. So if you're not doing catered, then don't say catered. But if you are doing catered, then say it. All right. But that's it. I don't add anything about you. Don't start, oh, I'm a number one agent. I do this. No. Don't do any of that. That is as much of an edit that you want to make. Because now when I click download PDF. And let me see if I can get that out of there. I guess I'll stuck with it. Let me download. Let me show you here now. You see how it says a catered neighbors only preview? Beautiful. Awesome. They can send a text code, scan the QR code, and then it says when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value. I've talked to people who they get a call, they go to the home for a listing presentation, and that thing is sitting right there on the countertop. There's 3 versions. I like the first one, but you can use whatever one you want. We do have postcards and door hangers. Not really appropriate for the open house necessarily, because you're probably not going to be able to get them out in time. We got circle prospecting. If you're using RedX, My Plus Leads, or any of those kind of services where you can pull a list, run it against the DNC, I'd be circle prospecting all day long. I would probably try to circle prospect 200 people for every single open house. Great script. We got a version where you send out that letter, postcard, or door hanger, or don't. So notice that there's one for each scenario. And if you don't send it out, you're just going to call and say, hey, this is Scott Pierce with XYZ Realty. I want to let you know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way right around the corner from 2 to 4 on Sunday. Right? They're going to say something like, oh, great. Or is that Susan's house? Or, oh, that house just sold 4 or 5 years ago, or that house has never sold. Or, oh, John and, Mabel, yeah, we know John and Mabel. But again, I'm trying to get as many conversations as possible going, because I know the more conversations that I have, the more listings I'm going to get, the more buyers I'm going to get, the more deals I'm going to get. And so to leverage that open house and to use that open house as a reason to call through around that neighborhood, right? So now I'm talking to them. I'll have an opportunity to invite them to the open house, and I'll have the opportunity to meet them at the open house. And if you do the open house, the way we talk about in our open house mastery, you're going to convert more of them. All right, next up, e-flyer for your database. I just had a client last night. She's like, Scott, is there an e-flyer from my listings? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's called e-flyer for your database. I can send this through Listings to Leads. I can send it through my own CRM, and I'll show you both. Look at this beautiful slideshow, first 5 photos. We've got the home value. People click right there. They're going to be able to get their home value estimate. We got your Listings to Leads signature at the bottom. Beautiful. Again, this is going to link right to the single property website like we saw before. So what we want to do is we want to send this to our entire database, and then we want to call through a few of the people. Now, to send it through Listings to Leads, and you can edit it, send a test email. You can click Send Now, select the list I want to send it to, and click Send. You can also, and it's so easy, you can click copy code and do all that, or just click in here and Control A, Command A, select all, and then copy it. Go to your CRM, go to wherever it is that you send out an email, and just paste it. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Got the slideshow just like we saw before. This training will be available on YouTube. So if you go to our YouTube channel, and I'll show you how to get there in a little bit. All right, give it a subject line. And do your preview and get that out to your database. You'll get some good leads from that. People will click through. You'll be able to see all the clicks if you send it through us. If you send it through your CRM, you'll see it from there as well. And then people get to the single property website. I've seen where people download the guide, especially your database, because they know you just a little bit more, sometimes some more than others. But they will click to follow the home. They're going to click to download a guide. So it's great engagement for the people that are already in your database. All right. We don't want people in our database just sitting there. And I don't want to just send them, a one-way newsletter. I want to be able to send them things that they're going to be able to interact with. I want to send them things that they can engage with. And when they get to the single property website, by clicking through here, and it's all automated, it's all set up for you automatically, and they start downloading a guide. All right. And you get an email that says, Scott Pierce just downloaded the 5 dangers of overpricing your home from your single property website at 15 Ambient Way. Like, that is such, you could call it a lead. You could call it a lead engage. All right. So there's a few ways that you could frame it, but what it's doing is it's re-engaging those old leads. So make sure you get the email to your database and then call through a few people. Very similar to circle prospecting. I don't want to just rely on text messages or AI text follow-up or an email. I want that human connection. And in my mind, I would even leave a voicemail, real quick one. I'm not going to sit there and talk for 5 minutes into somebody's voicemail, but I might just say, "Hey, Susan, we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way on Sunday from 1 to 4. This is Scott Pierce at XYZ Realty, and I would love to see you there. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. You can text me, or you could text 10001 to 25678 and get all the photos, details, and more." How phenomenal is that? Because if they send a text, they text that the 25678 number, you're going to get their phone number. You're going to be able to call them back and follow up with them. They will get the mobile property website sent to them automatically. Maybe they text you. All right, maybe they text you back. But again, I want to make sure that my database knows I love them. I don't want them to think that I'm just taking them for granted or don't care. And when you never call, then, come on, emails. I don't want to say emails cheap, but email is easy to do. I can send out 5,000 emails in 10 minutes. But it's that call that helps make that connection even stronger. Next up is short form video scripts. Absolutely free. Now, we talked through using some images and clips of the property in an Instagram story, a reel, a TikTok, and all of that, right? I showed you a little earlier where we had the links, we had the polls that we can engage people with. Now I want a video of you in front of the property talking about and inviting people to that open house coming up on Sunday, in this case, from 1 to 4 p.m. It's a phenomenal script. If you got a phone and an Instagram account, this is good to go. No excuse not to do it. You can either click send. If you're on your laptop, if you're on your phone logged in, you can just copy this, drop it into a teleprompter app. Or what I would do, because once you do a couple of these, I don't need a teleprompter anymore. Or I don't need a script when I'm doing a property video. And if you're using TikTok to record it, which I love TikTok because their video editor is so good. Oh my God. What I love about TikTok is I can, go do a video and I can record a sentence and then click pause and then push play again, record the next sentence. And that way I have a really nice, good flow. And then what will happen is I'll have, let's say, 3 or 4 video clips. And then I can just edit each of those little clips down a little bit so it's real smooth. And once you've done it once or twice, it's so easy to do. I do it for my wife. I handle all of her. So she'll record a TikTok video and then, and she'll do like little clips. And then I just kind of shorten them up a little bit so there's no gaps. And then upload it to TikTok. Once it's on TikTok, I will download it and then upload it to Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So absolutely free. Again, we want people to see how awesome you are. And if you're new to doing short form video, no one is going to see your videos in the beginning. So, which is good because you're still getting good with it. And the more you do, the more consistent you are, the better that you get because you're doing them, the more people you're going to get. And in 6 months, you could have 1,000, 2,000 new people, even if you're starting from zero, if you actually just commit to doing these videos like we talk about in our trainings. Any questions on that, Rick? Yeah. So Rick, again, we will put the training will be right. In fact, if you're watching on YouTube, the training will be right there. You're actually at the link that it will be at. I mentioned the single property website and virtual tours a little earlier. This is what people will land on. We got a full screen version, as you can see, and we got a standard version. I like the full screen version myself. We got different single property website templates. If you got ideas for more, let me know. We got holidays. In fact, I should see about adding one for Thanksgiving. These are mostly Christmas related. I'm going to leave it off. So the open house sign-in form, completely customizable. There's an online version, a print version, and a QR code. So here's the online version. Here's the print version, completely customizable. All right. Notice I can Show questions first. Let's take a look at it. So people are going to tap or scan. So I got questions first. So, and these are, again, customizable. I can turn them on or off, edit them. We got different things to do. Now, here's the thing. Realtor's name. If they put, I don't have a realtor, great. A lot of times what they might do, if they don't have a realtor, they're just going to put your name down. And so you're going to get all these people saying that you are their realtor. Now, I don't know if you're the realtor yet, but that's just phenomenal. In fact, I had a client get a hold of me a couple of months ago. She's like, Scott, she goes, I had an open house and all these people put me down as a real estate agent. Why did they do that? Well, I'm like, well, because they don't have a realtor. All these people. So call them up, get a hold of them. Hit continue. And then I got name, email, phone number. And here's the beautiful thing. We even have, they're going to get a copy of the 5 things to check before buying a home. So, and that is a great thing. Notice right here, send me the 6 things to check before buying a home guide. Now they can uncheck that, but most people don't. They leave it there. Absolutely awesome. So you can use the online version, laptop, tablet, large phone, whatever, I guess. But we also got the print version. And any edits I make to this, so if I change a question, I turn one on, turn one off, rearrange, whatever, all those edits will be made to the print version as well. So I'll have both available at all times. We got the listing flyers. Now, give me a few extra minutes because I'm going to point you in the right direction of where our training is for how to actually do the open house itself. We have an open house mastery. It's a beautiful presentation. We got a PDF guide and we got a checklist for you. So give me a few minutes so I can get to that before you take off. But our listing flyers, I mentioned before, they're phenomenal. They got QR codes automatically, your colors, your branding, your logo, your picture. So again, and I see someone on here that I think they signed up this morning that are already on this call. This is if you've got an open house, which you probably do, and even if you don't know, even if you've never seen this listing flyer, it's ready to go. That QR code. In fact, I cannot see a QR code without going to scan it. So here I am scanning the QR code. Boom. And yes, indeed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right there. Look at that. People walking around your listing. They're looking at your single property website. Right. You got video. You got 3D tours. Make sure you get them in there and let us know if we can help you so that you got the best marketing platform in the industry. I want you guys, I want everyone here, when people leave your open house or they see your open house marketing, that they know you're different than everybody else. So here are the riders. You can order these. And again, we want these right under the arm, above the sign, and then below the status. And I'll tell you, my favorite use case besides open house is pending. When a listing goes pending, and we're not here talking about pending today, but I would get one of these before my listing goes pending. And the first thing I would do, the absolute first thing I would do when my listing is pending, is I would go put this up on my yard sign and make sure, and I should have mentioned this before, again, for listing agents, I know it sounds goofy. Just hear me out. Get an acrylic flyer box from your association or somewhere and make sure every status, I keep some flyers in there. Now, when I'm doing the open house, I'm going to go grab them from the yard sign and put them in the house. I don't need people grabbing a flyer from the yard sign during the open house. But once I leave the open house, I'm going to put some back on the open house yard sign. Because again, when I got a QR code, text code, I got a URL to a home value landing page. They can obviously get their home value when they send a text or scan the QR code at your property website. But these are like Facebook ads in print. Absolutely amazing. We got a few other tools. All right, blog post, Craigslist, QR code, the traffic report. In fact, the traffic report is getting a major upgrade after our new system goes live. So I got the traffic report there. Now, there's a couple of things. I'm going to get to Open House Mastery in a second, but before I do, I showed you all that video, right? I showed you the booklet, right? The magazine, and there's a video version. It's in your media library. Type in the search, type in 100. It's right near the top, but if you're watching a recording, we may add more videos. So when I type in 100, 3 things come up. 1, this is the vertical version, 1 minute and 20 seconds. So this is great for your, I would pin this on my Instagram reels. I would pin this on TikTok. I want this always on the top. And notice I can download it, and then I can upload it. Boom, look at that. And then I can upload it to my socials. And I can do this from a phone, or I can just share this with myself and then upload it. But for your open house, there's a long and a short. I would just go with the long. And if I, worst case scenario, or not worst case, but whatever, is I could play this right from my laptop, right out of my Listings to Leads account. And this was one of those things that was recommended or shared with us from a top agent. And he was doing it, and he got a lot of great feedback from people coming through the open house. I mean, even for buyers, it just sets you apart. Now, even if it's a home buyer and they see this video playing on the TV or laptop or an iPad, they're just like, holy crap, man, this agent's special. If you're a neighbor, a potential home seller, that's buyer seller, this is going to just set you apart so much. It's absolutely phenomenal. Again, I can use it right here and just, again, bring it up on my tablet, bring it up on my laptop, or I can download it and then upload it to my YouTube channel, right? My agent channel, which I would recommend that you do. And then you could play it off of your YouTube channel, again, laptop, tablet, or the TV. Everybody see how that works? Is that amazing or what? And one last thing before I get to Open House Mastery, and I'm just going to point you in the right direction. I'm going to probably spend 2 or 3 minutes reviewing that with you so that we're all on the same page. But in the PDF guide section, every PDF guide has a print flyer with QR codes. Again, this is something else that an agent recommended. Print up a few of these. Get an acrylic holder. You can go to Staples, Amazon. In fact, I got a link to some of these in our Open House Mastery training. And check this out. For example, having the print flyer right here, print flyer. So every guide and even some of the other tools have print flyers. So imagine having this at your open house. And that way, if you meet someone that they're currently renting, or maybe, it's their first time buying a home, you could say, you know what? You should download my first time homebuyer's guide. Phenomenal guide, give you some great information. There's a flyer right over there in the living room. There's a QR code. You can just go ahead and scan it. In fact, here, let me come over and I'll show it to you. Easy to scan. You can just download it real quickly. Have some great information. And if you have any other questions, you can let me know. But I would recommend that you do this for maybe 2 buyer guides, 2 seller guides. I've got another one here. 25 factors that impact your home value. Again, acrylic holder. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Got the QR code right there that they can scan. And right there it says 25 factors that impact your home value. Because again, I want to have an open house between the video, a couple of these guides, and a few of the other things I'm going to show you in Open House Mastery. I want to have the open house that nobody is going to forget. So back in your Listings to Leads account, Open House Mastery. It's under the marketing calendar. Click presentations. And you're going to see it right here, open house mastery. There is a checklist. And so open house marketing, everything that we've done up until now is getting leads, all right, generating some engagement. The open house mastery, again, this walks you through how to conduct the open house. I went through hundreds of hours of training, talking, masterminding with agents for over a couple of years. And this right here is the best of the best. So there's the checklist, the guide. It's all the same thing. It's just different versions. The guide will actually have links to some of these items, like the acrylic flyer holders. So how to pick an open house, right? Open house marketing, right? The things that we were just doing. All right, neighborhood exclusive, phone script for the neighborhood exclusive, promoting at a next door, all right, calling through your database, a little bit of a script, how to create the open house experience, all right, some of the things that we're going to have. So the listing flyer, neighborhood chat summary, the feedback form, right, the print version, a pen, and then having a printout of all the other open houses and listings in the area. All right. And I walk you through how to do all that. Got a link to Amazon for clipboards. People that use those clipboards, they absolutely love them. Again, it's one of those things that sets you apart. When I walk into an open house and an agent were to hand me a clipboard with the listing flyer, neighborhood summary, a open house sign-in form, all right, that is just, I mean, wow. Even just that is going to set you apart, but we have so much more. Again, links to the flags, links to the vertical and horizontal flyer holders. So you can see right here, these links are right there and I can click, boom, there's that acrylic, $15 for like 6 of them, or a 3-pack for $15. I think there's some cheaper ones. Maybe I go one with somebody else and I order and I split the cost with somebody. And then there's the presentation itself. So if you're a broker, a lender, a trainer, a coach, this presentation right here is phenomenal. This is so good. And so again, the checklist, the guide, and the presentation are all the same thing, just different versions. And they're going to walk you through how to have the best open house, an open house that gets people more excited, that gets more conversations going, that gets more listings, that gets more buyers, that just makes you feel better about your business, because now you're not just sitting there staring at your phone trying to figure out what you can do, or how much more time do I got to sit in this forsaken property that I don't want to be in. All right, so go through this and get into the mastermind group. Let me know if you have any questions on any of this training. Again, neighborhood exclusive. We got I try not to leave anything to question. I want to dot all the I's. I want to cross all the T's. And so this presentation does a great job of that. Again, inviting your dad. Now, if you can't invite your top 50, just invite 5 or 10. All right. How to conduct the open house. Right. We talked about the handouts. I just mentioned this a little bit ago. This is all, and again, if you're a broker, you're a lender, you're a trainer, you're a coach, this presentation with the guide and the PDF are absolutely phenomenal. We're talking about music. Music is phenomenal at an open house. You ever walk into a shop, like a retail store, and they don't have any music, and it's just like, why is it so quiet in here? Well, same thing with open house. Agents that use music, right, report just a much greater kind of vibe with the open house. And I've even had agents tell me that their speaker becomes a conversation. Isn't that awesome? Willie, I wouldn't do anything different. Like, what would you do? The only thing I don't like about new construction sometimes is I don't have a chance to use a nearby neighbor letter, because it's all new construction. There's no point using the nearby neighbor letter. If everyone has moved in the last 2 to 3 months, or even the last 6 to 9 months. But I don't know the new construction, so maybe it would be appropriate. But yeah, otherwise, right? I'm gonna bring my speaker, or I'm gonna and don't quick pro tip for everybody here, so you don't embarrass yourself later. Putting a Safeway box of cookies on the countertop in that like plastic, the clear plastic cookie container. That's not. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. What I would do is I would buy mixed nuts. I would go to Walmart or Costco, whoever's got the best price, and I would buy like the 2 pound, like the premium, whatever they call it, mixed nut thing. It'd be like $20, 2 pounds like this. And then I would buy these little cups, and I believe in the guide and the PDF, there's actually a link to these. And of course, that's just absolutely insanity. I'm going to put like a quarter. I'm going to fill the cup up with like an inch deep worth of mixed nuts, because mixed nuts are great for everybody. Junk food people love them. Healthy people love them. People that are whatever, because they're healthy-ish. They're a little bit filling. They're flavorful. Way better than cookies. All right, way, way, way better than cookies. Just get those little. Now, don't get the big drinking cups. I'm talking about the kind of the smaller cups, the clear ones, and just maybe you have a little scoop and you just pour a few in. If you want to do bottled water, right, with your logo or something. But yeah, go through this a little bit later, and don't try to do all of this in one day or 1 week. You may have to do a month's worth of open houses to get where you're very, very proficient at it, right? Maybe you don't buy the flag the first time through, but maybe you do. Maybe you don't do the balloons or the catering or the music. But every single week, I was talking to a client, he goes, Scott, he's a trainer, he's a coach, he's a broker, he's a longtime client. And he goes, Scott, I tell my agents, if you do 2 open houses a month, you will do at least 30 deals a year. And doing the marketing and the mastery, of course. So he's like, even if the agents just do 2 a month, I tell them there's no reason why you can't be doing 30 listings or 30 deals, right, between listings and buyers a year minimum. That's 2 a month. That's 2.5 every single month. And as you can see here, I mean, I am dotting your I's, I'm crossing your T's, I'm giving you so much information. What I'm trying not to do is leave anything out. I don't want you to at some point during your open house go, wait, what do I do now? No, I got everything in here for you. You don't need to wonder. You just need to review this so that when you're at the open house, you're going to be the best version of yourself so that you can convert and engage. And so last thing here I'm going to show you, and I apologize for everybody for keeping you long. If you go to, I'm going to show you where to grab the general version for the listing presentation. So now I can add, if I go to add listing and manual, I can create these for a specific listing presentation. And then for expired, for canceled, for FSBO. All right, so I can do that there. But if you click on the listing presentation tab right here, and if you go to listing presentation print, we've also got the flip book. All right, so the flip book is right here. And you could have the video on one tab, you could have the flip book on another tab on a tablet or a laptop. But if you want to print it, download, you can select a listing if you wanted to, or you can just use default. I use the photos from an old sold listing, and you can print this up at home. In fact, I will show you, give me a second and I'll show you a binder from Amazon, you can buy like a spiral binder machine for like $50. Ask your broker. Say, hey, broker, why don't you buy one of these things? I'm going to show you spiral spy. Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you. So here's a spiral, and I mean, come on, $450, of course, go crazy with it. But here, $49. And it's got 1,200 reviews, 4-star. And I could also do thermal binding machine. And this is the one I've got. I've got this one right here. I think if I were to do it again, I would do the spiral binding machine. Karen, yeah, this is the one I've got. And it's great. I mean, it's really good. I wouldn't want to have to do like 20 a month with these. These are much better. Like if I've got a listing presentation coming up where I want to create this for a specific property, then that's why I would have this machine or the spiral, because let me show you. In my account, notice, see where it says listing presentation right here, status. So I've added, I got a listing presentation coming up. I went and I grabbed a photo of the property, and now I got the flip book and the PDF, and this is their home. Every single image in this presentation is of their home. So when I'm going through my listing presentation, we do the CMA, we do a walkthrough. When I walk through this with them, you're not going to have that argument about commission. You're not going to have an argument about what are you going to do to market my home. No, you are going to have somebody sitting across from you going, wow, this person is off the hook. And again, this is I'm telling you right now, this is like right here worth all the money. When you're using this, and they're on this page right here, if you've prepared this for a specific listing presentation, and they go to scan that QR code, look at that. That is, I don't know if you can see it very clear, that is the exact same home on the screen. So whether it was a spiral binded presentation, a thermal binded presentation, but they're looking at it in their hand, and that's one thing. But when they scan the QR code and now they got your single property website on their phone, game over. Game absolutely over. And then since I'm here and you're still on with me, what I'm going to say about this is you're going through the presentation with them. And as long as here's how to get that listing agreement signed even faster is know when they want to be out of the house, right? Just an idea. So you find out, they want to be out by December 1st. You also know what are days on market. So you want to know average days on market for that price range, for that area. You want to know when they want to be gone. And when you get to here, now, if you don't do coming soon, I like to leave this page in, although you can take it out. I like to leave it in because what I say is I understand that you want to be out of here by December 1st. And it's an average of 40 days on market right now. So that means you want to be in contract by mid-October, right? No, I'm sorry. Back up. I'm sorry. They want to be out by December 1st, 40 days on market average, 30-day escrow. So December 1st, escrow, we want to be in escrow by November 1st, and 40 days on market, we want to be on market by mid-October. So in a couple of weeks, you want to be ready to go by mid-October. So what we do is in my coming soon phase, what I do is I get all the photographs taken. I do the videos. We walk through the property, make sure everything looks perfect. If we have to do a little bit of light staging, we can do that as well. We're going to walk through the outside. We want to make sure the curb appeal is great. So we're going to do that during the coming soon phase. Now, if you do coming soon marketing, great, talk about that. But I like to use coming soon here so they can see it and be thinking about all these things that we're going to do before the home goes on sale. And then I'm going to say, and because you want to be out by December 1st, 30-day escrow, typically 40 days on market. We will go just listed on, I'm going to recommend October 15th. Does that sound about right? And they're going to be, yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, great. We may do an open house, but in this market, again, do you do open houses or not? If you don't, then you can say, I don't think we're going to have to do an open house for your property, or then we'll do an open house and have your calendar. I'm sorry, I should have said, have a piece of paper and a pen and be writing this down as you're saying it. All right. Good. Trust me, I've had a few people do this now with great results. All right. So then we'll do an open house, and then we'll look to take offers after the open house, or however it is that you do your business. All right. And then hopefully we will not have 40 days on market. Hopefully we'll get this done sooner because we're going to price it right. We're going to do amazing marketing right out of the gate. But regardless, we'll go active, and then we'll take offers. You'll accept an offer, we'll ratify it, and then we'll be in contract, we'll be in escrow. And even then, I am not going to stop marketing your property. We don't stop marketing your property until it closes escrow. All right. And they're looking at it, and then it's marketing to just sold. So they got in their head like, oh my gosh, all right, we're going to get this property sold. And at every single one of these pages, I'm making sure that they agree and are nodding their head, so that when I get to this part, I'd even say right here, I would say, here's my listing agreement. All right. Again, we're going to recommend that we go live on October 15th. That only gives us about 2.5 weeks to get this ready. And there's no second chance. Well, I don't want to be that dramatic, but you know my point, right? We want to make sure that we come out strong. And so that will give us enough time to make sure we're comfortable, we're good to go. And you're going to get those listing agreements signed faster and more often. I don't have any numbers, but I bet people using this are probably over 90% in winning their listings. And it's a lot easier. All right. Notice I got their name, Prepared for Ian Klaczynski at 1200 Riley Street in Folsom. The owner's name and address is on the cover sheet as well. I should have mentioned that. Prepared for Ian Klaczynski at 1200 Riley Street, Folsom. That's his home. If there was two people, I would have put, Ian and Susan Kalinsky, all right, or whatever's appropriate. All right. Yeah, Karen. Excuse me. Yeah, those are excuse me. Those are awesome for the one-offs. I find it a little bit brutal if I were going to try to do 10. Oh my God, I can't even imagine trying to do 10 at once. That'd be an all-day project. But it is absolutely awesome. I recommend having one at home because, again, if you got an open house coming up, I don't want the expired version, but I want that standard version. Right when I'm on the listings dashboard and I click listing presentation, if you can have this at your open house bound, using a thermal machine, using a spiral machine. Worst case scenario, staple it, or you could send it to Staples. You could actually upload this and send it to Staples. It'll cost you like $10 to get it printed, but it's absolutely worth it. That way, any of those neighbors coming through, they'll see a video, they'll see this laying there, and I'm going to get more conversations going. All right. Any other questions before I let you all go? I apologize for going late. I know you're all busy as heck, so I apologize for keeping you late on this call. But are there any last minute questions? Karen? Yeah, great for immediate need. Exactly right. Yep. Yeah. And it looks great. It looks really good. So, but for the expireds in particular, I want to get 20 to 30 at a time. And I don't want to sit there all day binding them. Right. And so, yeah. Anyways. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us as always. Don't forget your affiliate link. In fact, I just had somebody sign up this morning. She signed up this morning off listingsleads.com. And then she referenced an agent that referred her to us. I was like, well, why didn't that agent just use her affiliate link. So here's your affiliate link. You can click copy. We've got some marketing stuff here. So we got an email that you can send to your people. You got a social media post that you can share. I can put this on social media. We got a print flyer, especially if you're a lender, a coach, a trainer doing a lunch and learn. This is phenomenal. People scan your QR code. They go to your affiliate link. So yeah, don't forget your affiliate link. I hate seeing people signing up and then telling me, oh, so-and-so or whatever. And it's like, oh. Bonnie, how do you get the book? Here, I will send you, let me see here. She's talking about it. So that's the book. This is a lender. And give me a second here. There's a few links on the mastermind group. But again, if you place an order, what will happen is we will prepare this for you, send you a couple of screenshots so you can get a feel for what it's going to look like. We'll ask you about your intro. If there's a custom home image, like so you can see here, Christy. All right, so different image, right? Different coloring, her logo, her picture, right? That's her introduction. 6 reasons to relist with Regal Touch Realty. So what I do is, if you send me your introduction, I will actually, I would do this as well if I was you, is take your intro, run it through ChatGPT and say, can you redo this intro geared towards an expired homeowner audience? And then you can give that to me. I will drop it in and I will put that as the intro. You can have the normal about me. That's fine. But I just want to take that normal about me and then I'm going to, again, run it through ChatGPT. No, I always edit. I hate even having to say that all the time. I'm not going to use ChatGPT verbatim, but what ChatGPT will do is it'll just take this and it'll just reword it slightly and add in a few things so that as an expired homeowner, that intro is a little bit more appropriate. And then come on, just look, it's so gorgeous. Looks so good. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And Karen, thank you for helping out today. I greatly appreciate that. Kelly, get your order in. Everybody else, get your orders in. I'm telling you, you're going to want to it'll take probably 5 days to get your first version. And that first version is just your review. You're going to say, change this. It looks perfect. Send me 20, send me 30. And you're going to want to get 20 to 30 of these a month with the goal of giving them out. And I'm telling you, I could not imagine if you do that 20 to 30 a month for 3 months, that you don't have 3 listings by the end of that 3rd month. And we got a cover letter that we'll send you that you can edit the cover letters. And whether I mail it or whether I door knock, I'm going to put the cover letter with the magazine, with the booklet, and I'm going to start engaging and converting more expireds. And I'm looking forward, looking at this for short sale. We got it canceled. We can do FSBO. And then you've obviously got this for your standard listing presentation. So thank you, everybody. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. And again, get with support, get to the mastermind group. We'll talk to you soon.